Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be doing my October book haul. So I have a kind of smorgasbord of variety of books here that I'm excited to talk about in one CD. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So starting out with the CD, I first have Heartbreak Weather by Niall Horan, and this is a CD that I had my eye on out for a while, basically since quarantine hit. I think this came out around that time. And I just never got it, but then Target was having a sale where you buy two like book, music, or like movies, and then you can get one for free. So I ended up doing that deal. They didn't have one of the orders when they didn't have one in stock when I ordered it, so I just got this one for free actually, so it worked out, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, I really like this one. I really liked his first album too. I was never one who was really into One Direction, but I really like kind of his solo work. I think my favorites are Heartbreak Weather, Black and White, and San Francisco. I think those are my top three. So yeah, I'm finally happy that I finally can listen to this album. And this is the other one that I got as my like pick two, and it was Magnolia Table Volume 2 by Joanna. And I really like the Volume 1 album, and I was like, oh, a lot of the recipes in here, like I tapped so many of them and they look so good, so I was able to get this one for a cheaper price than what it was normally. So I'm happy about that, and I've already done a few of the recipes so far and they're really good, really simple. There's a few I want to do kind of around the holiday season, which I think will be really good. So if you guys like kind of a good variety of recipes, the ones in here are actually very, very, very good. And so this was the one that I originally wanted in that Target order that they didn't have at that specific store. So I ended up picking it up from Barnes & Nobles, and it is The Rise of Magic, which is book 3 in Nora Roberts' The Chronicle of One trilogy. And so I read this last December, and I have the first two in paperback, so I wanted to wait to get the last one in paperback too, so that they would all look the same on my shelf. And so I'm happy that I finally have this completed trilogy. It's definitely one that I want to reread in the future, but for those of you who don't know, it basically takes place in our world, and there is this pandemic that wipes out 2/3 of the population in a matter of weeks, and this is a magical virus. So those who have some magic in them are immune to this kind of virus. So you can see how it can lead to kind of some anarchy and problems, and it kind of goes off from there. But I love this trilogy. It's very much stepping outside my comfort zone, but it's definitely become one of my favorites of all time. So I'm happy that I finally have the completed set on my bookshelf. Next I have the illustrated edition of Quidditch Through the Ages, and this is one I have had like the little small book for years, but I just never read it. So I was excited when they announced that they would be releasing an illustrated edition of it. I think they do an amazing job with like the illustrations in here, so this is definitely one. I know this will come up, I think this video comes up on October 30th, so this is like what I plan on reading on Halloween, which I thought would be fun. But yeah, I thought it would just be a cute, like fun quick read, and they always do an amazing job with the illustrations. And lastly, these last 3 books were sent to me by MB Communications, so thank you to Stephanie and everyone from MB Communications for reaching out and asking me if I would be interested in these. So the first 2 are part of a series that I'm really excited about. So the first one is Lost Hills, and the second one is Bone Canyon by Lee Goldberg. And so what I think is, so I'll kind of read the first synopsis. So a video of Deputy Eve Ronan's off-duty arrest of an abusive movie star goes viral, turning her into a popular hero at a time when the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is plagued by scandal. The sheriff, desperate for more positive press, makes Eve the youngest female homicide detective in the department's history, and it kind of goes off from there. So this one seemed really intriguing. I always love starting new crime series, so I think this one will be good. So I'm definitely going to be reading these very soon. And then the second one comes out January 5th, so it's still a relatively new series if you want to be, you know, caught up with everything. And lastly, the last book that they sent me was The Unspoken by Ian K. Smith. So basically the premise of the story is that it follows a former Chicago detective who is very desperate for redemption. So after refusing to participate in a police department cover-up involving the death of a young young black man. Kane is pushed out of the force, but he won't sit quietly on the sidelines. He's compelled to fight for justice as a private investigator, even if it means putting himself in jeopardy. So I think this one will be very interesting. I think it will raise a lot of important theme and messages about, you know, abuse of police power, racism, systemic racism, and all those things. So I'm really excited for this one as well. It seems like it will be a very unique kind of crime book. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick haul. Let me know in the comments below what books you got this month were and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.